Welcome to EPG Pathshala. This is module 34. You may have heard about Coursera, Harvard Online or edX. Here you can sign up for a course right here in India and obtain a certificate from anywhere in the world, be it US, UK or Germany. Welcome to the world of MOOC. A recent development in the field of open and distant learning are massive open online courses or MOOCs. A recent development in the world of distance learning are massive open online courses or MOOCs which aim at providing unlimited participation via open resources available on the net. Provided by prominent universities and institutes of higher learning, it focuses on providing quality education and certificate courses to students, teachers and professors by using videos, animations, web tutorials or any other resources which are available on the internet. Names like Coursera, Harvard Online, edX, etc. are soon going to be the norm in the near future. Once upon a time, education and the dispensing of education was held as a highly guarded right and free dissemination of knowledge was frowned upon. The student had to make the effort and find the master. This bent of mind soon changed with the government taking over as a guardian of education and the right to free and compulsory education was advocated. In order to bring education to the masses, the concept of distant education evolved. Earlier, distant education revolved around dissemination of printed materials, videotapes or TV programs like Gyan Darshan or programs by the UGC. Today, with the Web 2.0 revolution and easy access to internet connectivity, learners can look forward to learning from the best of institutions across the world, as these institutions throw open their doors and provide open access to anyone, anywhere. As we can see in the description of MOOC, it asks a lot of questions. The first being, what does it mean to be massive? A normal Harvard college has 6,700 students registered at the undergraduate level and 14,500 more at the graduate and professional level. This totals to around 21,000 students for the most prestigious institute of learning in the US. Compared to this, a single course at Coursera has around 2,40,000 students. The openness refers to it being free and geographically well distributed. The students are from across the world, across age groups, social strata and with different educational qualifications and needs. The online part refers to it being accessed over the internet. The class may be synchronous and it uses a variety of forums such as the social media, blogs, discussions, etc. to bring the material across. The defining characteristic of the MOOC is that it is a course and therefore follows all the basic characteristics of being a course. It has an instructor, is affiliated to a college or a university. It has coursework to be completed, assignments to be submitted and an evaluation process, and ultimately one gets a certificate. Let us see the history of MOOC. The idea of providing free online academic courses is not a recent phenomenon. In 1999, MIT proposed to take all its undergraduate and graduate courses and provide it online for free. In 2002, MIT opened to the public with 32 courses which were free. The history of distance learning can be broadly divided into 3 generations. Correspondence studies. This refers to the era when printed medium and text were the main source of imparting knowledge, and these could be supplemented with contact programs or practice lessons. The postal service, which was becoming cheaper and faster, was the medium for exchange of ideas. These programs became very popular in Europe and the United States, which looked at having a more qualified workforce post the industrial era. Use of multimedia. The dominance of correspondence studies declined with the arrival of the electronic media, and the radio and television became popular means for teaching and learning in the early and mid 20th century. Those who did not have access to formal classes could watch these programs for free. Use of the Internet. With computers and the Internet making a foray into household, United Kingdom initiated the Open University in 1969 and combined the advantage of communication technology and the resourcefulness of both the correspondence studies and the multimedia approach to provide distance education. Yet, all these can only be considered as the precursor to the MOOC phenomenon, which needed the Web 2.0 revolution and the easy access to a computer and Wi-Fi before it could take root. Canadian educator George Siemens advocated the theory of connectivism to explain the changes in education that one could see due to the adoption of technology both inside and outside a classroom. Using this theory, George Siemens with Stevens Dowles created an online course that would be offered to anyone who is interested. This course was called Connectivism and Connective Learning /2008. The term MOOC was coined by Dave Cormier of the University of Prince Edward Island and Senior Research Fellow Brian Alexander of the National Institute for Technology in Liberal Education in response to this course. Another phenomenon which happened simultaneously was when a Bangladeshi-born American named Salman Khan started making educational videos and started uploading it on YouTube. Millions of students watched these videos, and this led to the birth of the Khan Academy. In 2007, Apple launched the iTunes U, which posted educational podcasts, videos, texts, and audio files for downloads. The above three can truly be called the precursors to the MOOC as we know it today. The first course to be offered under the brand of a MOOC was a course on artificial intelligence from Stanford University, developed by Sebastian Thrun and Peter Norvig in 2011, and that drew 1,60,000 online registrants. Since then, many well-known universities have joined the bandwagon. Some have their online programs, such as a Yale online course from Yale University, Harvard Online from the Harvard University, but all are not free. Sites such as the Coursera has one of the best consortiums of free courses from around the world which can be availed upon in various subjects. What is the future of MOOC, you may wonder? Since its start in 2008, many journalists have been predicting the death of MOOCs, but this hardly seems to be the case, and online courses are growing in leaps and bounds. With geographical distances being reduced to naught, distance is the least of the issues while taking up a course. Today, anyone, anywhere with access to basic technology can access the best course worldwide. The future belongs to the digital natives who are not only techno-savvy, but demand that technology be a part of the learning process. They want the best and they want it now, and with MOOCs, those demands can be met easily. MOOCs are definitely being taken seriously, and the seriousness with which it is being taken can be seen with the former president of Yale University, Richard C. Levin, becoming the new CEO of Coursera in April 2014. There is also the trend of MOOCs tying up with social media platforms in order to enhance the interactivity and collaboration among students. Most recently, edX, which is a non-profit online learning organization, tied up with Facebook and 2 other companies to provide free, localized education to students in Rwanda on affordable smartphones. Thus, from being a means of higher education, the kinds of courses being offered will also start to vary and may soon encompass primary and secondary education levels. Let's look into the technological and logical feasibility of MOOCs. Although institutes of higher education need to find creative ways of incorporating technology into the curriculum, experts are cautious about the technological feasibility of MOOCs. The question is not whether technology can adapt to the needs of providing for sustainability of online courses. Rather, The questions are more pedagogical. There are the sticky issues of plagiarisms and identity frauds to be dealt with. With OERs becoming the norm, the culture of copy and paste is becoming the rule. Most MOOCs have turned to peer reviewing as means of evaluation. Participation in discussion forums and commenting on others' posts add to visibility and evaluation points. How much of this adds credibility to the certificate received needs to be monitored. Skeptics also question the wisdom of teaching many over the traditional one-to-one learning which takes place in formal education. The teacher as the friend, philosopher and guide is replaced by technology, and though MOOCs try and bridge this gap through discussion forums, it is difficult to meet the need of each and every learner. A look at the financial feasibility. MOOCs require a lot of work. Even if the instructor is ready to teach for free, there is a question of recording, uploading, devising technological modules, adding subtitles to text, conducting analytics, and much more. All this requires manpower and money. So the main question to be asked is, how do MOOCs make money? At present, most MOOCs run on grants or investments by risk takers. For example, Coursera has been financed by venture capitalists and the World Bank, and it is devising ways and means by which it can raise money legitimately. On the other hand, edX is a not-for-profit project towards which both Massachusetts Institute of Technology and Harvard University have contributed $30 million in order to provide world-class university education for free. Taken on another hand, MOOCs such as Allison or Advanced Learning Interactive Systems Online based in Galway, Ireland is completely ad supported. Financial feasibility is going to be a moot and important point for the sustainability of MOOCs. Some of the ways in which this can be done are through making certification a paid option. Thus, getting a certificate will not be automatic, and students who want a certificate will have to pay for it. Making an entire course a paid option. Students who take up the course need to pay for it. The cost is kept reasonable, and volumes, that is the number of students who opt for the course, will make the course financially viable. Having premium options. Some courses are offered with the basic package coming free and the premium version being a paid option. Corporate packages. Certain business models and software are being offered only to corporate houses as a part of their training modules. This can be done through exclusive online packages which are paid for by the company. Advertisements. Most MOOCs haven't yet gone for this option, but this might be a very viable option in the future. So how does one join or enroll with a MOOC? Joining any MOOC requires access to a computer, internet connection, and a set of headphones. With these basic requirements, a learner can log on to the internet and search for courses that they would like to do. The simplest way, log on to www.moocs.co, a site that acts as the MOOCs University and has the links and the news for all certified MOOC providers. The home page has search links to various categories of MOOCs, such as those catering to K-12 education, that is school and high school education, as well as higher education. Alternately, a learner can log on to each MOOC separately and search the courses that they provide. Once a course is chosen, one has to sign up, that is by providing a personal email ID, and create a password and login. Most courses have a start and end date and is divided into weekly sets of video lectures, homework and assignments which have to be completed and submitted. The experience of a MOOC is best felt by actually experiencing it, and it would be the best if the learner, that is you, actually enroll yourself for a MOOC. Some of the best places to start are www.moocs.org, www.coursera.org, edxonline.org, and futurelearn.com. Links are also provided which take you to a page where the entire list of online courses is listed. Once you search for a course that you like, you just have to click on the button which says enroll, and voila, it's done. Now you know what a MOOC is. You've identified, enrolled, and hopefully completed an online course. So it becomes easy to figure out the advantages and the limitations of the same. Let's look at some of the advantages. The best of the universities at your doorstep. One can take up a course from Harvard, Yale, Stanford, Princeton without having to step out of one's home. Most of the instructors are those who have taught these same topics offline for many years, and it is the same lecture which the world can now benefit from. It is free. Most of the courses available online are free, and anyone with an internet connection can enroll. They are short-term courses. Online courses range between 3 weeks courses to 12-week courses and not much beyond that. A usual leeway of 2 extended weeks is given in order that the students may work at their own pace. Thus, many small topics can be taken up and quality education received. Small units can be learnt. Unlike a proper college course, online courses can be very small and very specific. Thus, an entire subject can be broken down into very small courses and can be learned. One is not restricted with what one can learn. There are hardly any prerequisites to what one can learn. It only depends on one's interest and willingness to learn. It only depends on one's interest and willingness to learn. Thus, anyone can take up courses as diverse as music, calligraphy, science, or anything that one's heart desires. There is in-depth knowledge. As an extension of the above point, one gets in-depth knowledge since a very small portion is taken up at a time. Variety in teaching methodology. Since the teaching methodology can vary as per the technology available, one can move away from the lecture method and can incorporate videos, tutorials, case studies, demonstrations, and many more such methodologies. Are there only advantages? No. Let us look at some of the challenges we face. Lack of official recognition. One of the major weaknesses of a MOOC is the lack of official recognition. One does not get a recognized degree or certificate upon the completion, but these certificates are self-contained. However, in some universities and platforms, it is possible to pay a fee and get an official certificate at the end of the course. Huge rate of dropouts and students on trial. A major disadvantage is the number of people dropping out of these massive courses. Few students complete the courses and fewer actually do all the assignments and assessment. A recent study shows that only 2,000 out of the 1 lakh who enrolled in one MOOC finished it. Cultural differences in pedagogy. Every education is taught in a particular context, and thus the content from the course offered by a university outside one's home country may not match one's own culture and other conditions a person is familiar with. For example, if one takes a course about economics and food from a university in the United States, it may be that recipes and the approach is going to be really different to what is expected in the UK. Thus, as a mature learner, one is expected to be aware of the advantages and the challenges of using any MOOC, and one has to choose judiciously. So, let us sum up. In this module, we learned what a MOOC is. We saw why it is massive, open, online, and a course. We traced the history of MOOC by going back to the correspondence courses which existed before this, the multimedia approach and the internet approach. We saw how you as a learner can judiciously choose a MOOC and how you can search for it and enroll into it. It is strongly advised that you do so. Once you have enrolled for a MOOC, you can judiciously see the advantages and disadvantages of what a massive open online course will bring to you. Thank you.